how Age of Sigmar's Dominion box set draws on 40 years of Warhammer history. Kruleboyz. The new Oryx look different from the heavily armoured Ironjaws and the atavistic Bone Splitters, such as the ultra-aggressive Headcrackers Mad Mob, where their larger kin represent the raw brutality of the Gork, half of the Oryx twin-headed god Gorkamorka. The Kruleboyz reflect the vicious inventiveness of Mork. They are brutal, sure, but it's their cunning that sets them apart. They might not rush quite as headlong into battle, but they'll do anything it takes to win. No tactic is too underhanded or trick too dirty for them. They even display an affinity for ranged weapons and poisoned blades, which other Oryx find peculiar, if not outright disgraceful. Though the designs are fresh, veteran Warhammer fans will find them strangely familiar, not least because of their scare shields most of them carry. Brightly painted leering faces on greenskin shields have been a part of Warhammer for over 4 decades, and these sculpts bring them to life in greater detail than ever before. Older editions of Warhammer Fantasy Battles are replete with examples of distinctive shield designs like these classic John Blanche studies, and it's easy to see how they've inspired the scare shields of the Kruleboyz. Kruleboyz are also far less uniform in appearance than what we've seen of other Oryx, giving the army a motley appearance befitting their unsavoury reputation. Every single model is full of characterful details that will delight painters and collectors, and their methods of war introduce a new tactical dimension of destruction arms. Hobgrotz. Hobgrotz can be placed somewhere between an Orc and a Grot, and they too have been around for ages in the form of hobgoblins. Hobgrotz have a distinctive look even amongst the Kruleboyz, with weapons and armour wrought in angular, sharp-edged shapes. The peculiar appearance of Hobgrotz is inspired by the hobgoblins of old, notable for their cruel grins, spiteful blades, and some unusual technology in the form of those riveted iron grenades. When did these Oryx get so smart? The Kruleboyz revel in the chaos of the rise of the earthquake god Kragnos. The forces of destruction threaten to overwhelm the realms, but fear not, the Dominion box also contains an army of heavenly warriors ready to hold the line. Thunderstrike, Stormcast Eternals. Sigmar's champions continue to evolve to meet the changing battlefields of the mortal realms. They bear all the hallmarks of the Stormcast Eternals you know and love, but they look a bit different. And for good reason. This new breed of warrior wields blessed weapon and dons ingenious Thunderstrike armour. So why the different armour? If you haven't been keeping up with Broken Realms, you might want to have a look at this primer to find out why these new warriors are essential to the Stormcast Eternals' continued survival in the mortal realms. Sigmar's champions have been linked directly to Azir since their creation, but that connection has been compromised. Thunderstrike armor was designed to allow fallen Stormcast to pierce the veil of corruption chaos energy that now swirls above the realms. The path back to Azir is still dangerous, and the Stormcast Eternals spend more time than ever on the ground, working more closely with mortal kind. Their armour is slender and ergonomic compared to the more classic style, as befits longer deployments and campaigns without returning to Azir. Without the Thunderstrike armour, Stormcast Eternals would be losing a battle of attrition as their numbers slowly dwindle. If you haven't already taken a look, the Warhammer Age of Sigmar website is full of information about the new edition, with more being added all the time. Sign up for the email newsletter if you want to make sure you don't miss any important dates and developments. So I'll leave the Warhammer Age of Sigmar website in the description box below if you're interested in signing up to the email newsletter so you don't miss any more information about Warhammer Age of Sigmar Dominion. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like, and if you haven't already, please subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss any more Warhammer Age of Sigmar Dominion. And as always, I hope you enjoyed this video. This is G The Hypersapien, and I'll catch you next time. Cheers.